Hello, my dears. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful spring day. And we got our matcha, and we're gonna get into it, okay? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I feel like you're being invited to have acceptance around something. To have acceptance around something, to have self-honesty around something. Like, I feel like something is being attempted to be numbed out, like a feeling you don't want to have, or there's some kind of habit of yours that maybe you're ignoring, a feeling that you'd rather not be having, maybe around a situation, or just like you don't feel your best right now, and there's a lot of things that are going really well, and there's a lot of exciting motion happening in your life. Things are changing for the positive all over your life, but maybe there's some kind of nagging feeling happening right now, some kind of situation that you don't want to look at. Maybe it's an addiction, a habit, a friendship that doesn't feel right anymore. Something is being asked of you to be honest with yourself about before you can move to some kind of next level. And it might feel confusing of why this feeling is happening. Like, you're like, all these beautiful things are happening in my life. Like, why do I feel not right? Or like, why does this situation, this person not feel right? What's going on inside me? Like, you want to crush that down or ignore it and just focus on the good things, which is, human. But I'm feeling called to remind you that all of this is part of it. It's all part of it. It's all part of what you asked for. It's all part of what you're working on, what you're working towards, the person that you're stepping into, the life that you're stepping into. Nothing is an outside issue. And one of the highest vibrations in the universe is truth. So if you're truly not feeling right about something, then that needs to be looked at. And it might feel unrelated, like it might feel like a distraction, or you have this singular focus in your life, this purpose that you're working towards, these goals that you're working on, and you're coming at them with all your power and all your actions, and then it's like your attention gets diverted to this thing, this friendship, habit, addiction, whatever it is, and you might feel like, well, why focus on this? Like, I'm focusing on this thing, I'm focusing on this goal. Why do I need to be distracted by this right now? And what you have to understand is that it's all part of what you asked for. This is coming up into your conscious awareness because it's all leading you to where you're going. Just for an example, maybe you're trying to become, this is kind of an obvious example, but just to give you an idea, it's like you're trying to become, or you're working on becoming a famous singer, the best singer that you can be. And you're doing all these things, you're taking lessons, you're posting videos, you're booking shows, going to open mics, doing all these things. And, you know, you're so hungry and you're so driven and you're working towards this singular goal. And then it's like your addiction to cigarettes comes up into your mind. And it's like, man, this is really going to take me out of the game. How am I going to focus all this energy that's necessary to break this kind of addiction when my singular focus is this, being the best singer that I can be? Well, look at the greatest singers in the world. You think Celine Dion is smoking a pack of cigarettes every day? You think Mariah Carey and 555 on the timer when I look down, Ariana Grande is abusing her voice with cigarettes? It's like God directs our focus to these things when we're ready to see them. And maybe there's a lot of fear coming up of like, oh, you have all these ideas in your head of what quitting this addiction looks like. Oh, I'm going to gain a bunch of weight. I'm going to be miserable. This is going to be really difficult. This is going to be really hard. It's going to take me out of the game. Yeah, well, it's only going to be as difficult as you make it, first of all. And I'm sure if you probed for a couple seconds, you would find that these things that your attention is being called to are all part of what you asked for. They're all part of transforming you into the person that you are becoming. So, this morning I was having a conversation with myself, as I often do, about what most people do. So, back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Leo Gura's videos, actualize.org. Shout out to Leo Gura. He was a huge part of my the segment of my spiritual awakening that happened in 2015 when I was 23. I watched so many of his videos and he had such a huge impact on me. I don't know if these are the exact words that he used, but basically what he said was like, if you want to get results that most people don't get, you have to be willing to do things that most people don't do. Trust me, I know. I know about the nicotine. I'm on it, don't worry. So, let me be very clear that I'm not trying to come from a judgmental or hateful or non-compassionate place when I say what I'm about to say. Because I understand why these things happen. I understand why addictions happen. I'm in recovery myself. And trust me when I say that I'm practicing all of these reckonings in my own life and journey here. And I can only speak as an American because I'm an American and I'm most educated about American-ness and the ways we are acculturated here and how Americans are. So I'm sure that there are other places in the world where this is the case. And I'm sure that there are places in the world where this is not the case. But I can only speak as an American when I say that, like, Look at what the typical American is doing. Look at the results that the typical American is getting. Are most people that you run into on a daily basis and see in life living their best life? Are they happy and fulfilled and passionate? Or are they unhappy, unfulfilled, working jobs they hate that they constantly complain about, unhealthy, addicted to this, that, and the other, phone glued to their face most of the day, all over social media, addicted to alcohol, can only have social interactions when they have the lubricant of alcohol, smoke weed all day, every day. You know, I think a lot about Western medicine and how Western medicine is necessary under some cases, you know. Sometimes we need to go to the hospital or get certain medications. But generally the issue that I take with Western medicine is that it's mostly meant to stifle symptoms and not address the root cause of the issue. And that's a really pervasive thing in American society, is that we're encouraged to get our faces pumped full of filler instead of changing our habits and our lifestyle and our diet and doing things to help ourselves age well. Instead, we're encouraged to pump our faces full of fillers that are going to make us age more horribly anyway, that you got to spend thousands of dollars every 6 months to keep up with. We're acculturated to have our phones glued to our face. We're so individualized and separated from each other. So we're all socially awkward. We don't know how to connect with other people unless there's alcohol involved. Instead of dealing with the root issues of why we're uncomfortable with social interaction, we lubricate with alcohol. Instead of addressing the mental health issues, we smoke weed all day, every day. We take this drug, we take that drug. And I'm not saying that under certain circumstances, psychiatric medication is, life-saving. Under certain circumstances and situations and conditions, psychiatric medication is life-saving and necessary. But what I'm getting at with all this is, look at what most people are doing around here. And look at the results that most people are getting. And now apply that same fine-tooth comb to your own life. What are you doing without bringing conscious awareness to it that most people do? Maybe to take it even further, what are you doing in your own life that you've just been told to do is the thing that we do, Pursue marriage, get children, get a, socially viable job that makes you look good on paper, that other people respect you for. But is that what you really want? Is that how you really want to spend your life? Or is doing the things that other people just expect you to do, or you get some kind of social capital, or you get some kind of pats on the back for doing, even though you know it's not really what you want for your own self in your own life. Those pats on the back are only going to last so long. The reward of being told that you're doing the right thing is only going to last so long, until you wind up 10 years down that road and you realize that you've wasted your life and you're unfulfilled and incomplete and unhappy, and your dreams are withering and gasping in the dirt, asking you to please pay attention to me. Your passions are not a hobby, man. Your passion should be what your life is built around. So many people, we're trained to treat our passions like hobbies. Something that you do with the little tiny bit of energy that you have at the end of the day after spending 8-12 hours a day making more money for somebody else. And you come home with a relatively small amount of money and absolutely no energy for the things that actually fill you up and that light you up and that you care about. And it might seem like your attention is being brought to these things to distract you. But trust and know that it's all part of getting you to where you asked to be. Running that fine-tooth comb, putting that microscope on different areas of your life and seeing where you've been doing things unconsciously, where the effects of these things have been sliding under your conscious awareness. You know, I see a lot of people every day. I live in one of the biggest cities in this country. I see a lot of people every day, and they don't look happy to me, man. They don't look full of life. They don't look full of passion, full of light, and full of joy. I look in their eyes and they look like dead people. I listen to people talk about themselves and talk about their lives and talk about their mental health, and I'm horrified. And again, this is not coming from a place of judgment or lack of compassion or lack of love. It breaks my heart. And it's like, you know, I think at some point in our lives, we all come to this place, hopefully, where it's like, I've done everything by the book. I've done everything correctly. I did everything that everyone told me to do. I got the fancy job. I got the kids. I got the wife. I got the car. I got the house. You know, people are telling me that I have everything to be grateful for. I've done everything that I was trained to do. I work 67 hours a week. Where is my happiness? Where is my soul? I've done everything right. I've done everything they've told me to do. And it's like, man, it's because you aren't doing the things that God sent you here to do. So let's not let that be us. Where we just do the things that most people do. Follow the path that was set for us by another person. Follow the things in our lives that other people want us to do. The way other people want our lives to look. Yeah, it can be very intoxicating to get the approval of your family. I don't know what that's like. Thankfully, I never had to worry about that. Thankfully, my family always disapproved of every single thing I've ever done, so I never had to worry about that. That was a real blessing. You know? I never let that get in my way. At a certain point, I accepted that I was never going to do anything right by them. So you might as well do exactly what you want anyway. Nobody has to understand, man. Nobody has to understand why you're walking your path the way you do. God knows. You know. To get the results that most people don't get, we have to be willing to do the things that most people don't do. Taking care of your body, taking care of your health, taking care of your spiritual health, doing things the way you want to, even if not a single soul around you understands what the hell you're doing and calls you a crazy person. So I'm gonna put the extension of this message on my Patreon. You can find the link to my Patreon in the description box and pinned comment. Any support really means a lot to me. We out here, man. What are the things that bring that fire to your belly, that make you pat yourself on the back at the end of the day, that light you up, that make you feel like you're living your truth? See you next time. And I'll see you over on Patreon.